Hello, what's up, you guys? It's me, MJFANGIRL, and I'm here with...
MJJANONYMOUS.
Yes, you guys have been asking for another one of these. We're going to be talking everything Michael Jackson biopic related. We're going to be talking about recent casting news. We're going to be talking about some leaks of a set that came out recently. We're also going to be taking some of you guys' questions and feedback that you guys left for me on Instagram. So I can't wait to get into this. It's going to be exciting. I really enjoyed our last conversation, so.
Yes. Sorry, I was hanging out because I thought you were going to do your line. So I was like, oh, here it comes. But I'm good. I can chime in. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to talk about the biopic. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of new stuff coming out, a lot of new things that you may not have heard of. So
stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You are now watching MJFANGIRL TV. Girl, you got to know. We can touch the sky. All right, you guys, so first up, we have to talk about this new casting news. They have casted Quincy Jones, Berry Gordy, Diana Ross, among some other smaller roles, including LaToya Jackson, which I don't think, she's Michael's sibling, right? So she's not going to be a super small role, but I'm assuming smaller than like a Berry Gordy or a Quincy Jones in this movie. So, yeah, that was exciting news.
Yeah, definitely a smaller role because... you know, a lot of the other guys in this movie are the people that helped shape him in his career. So, you know, the family's got to be in it here and there to give some background to how he grew up and what influenced him within the family.
Yeah, and I think that we should actually get into it. So I'm going to pull up an article here. Okay, so this is actually from Blavity. Article reads, Michael Jackson biopic adds 7 to cast, including Larenz Tate as Berry Gordy, Kat Graham as Diana Ross. Some of the other folks that were named are Jessica Sula, who will play LaToya Jackson. Liv Simone will play Gladys Knight.
Stuff right there. I mean, this is all bringing back memories from the Jacksons and American Dream and the characters in there. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they go about this with the new biopic.
Yeah, I'm actually excited because, and this goes back to a conversation that we had in our last video together about some of the people that they're choosing to cast. To me, out of all of these names, the one that sticks out is Larenz Tate. And it kind of reminds me of the whole Nia Long thing. Nia Long and Larenz Tate have been in a bunch of movies together, most notably Love Jones. But they're really taking a lot of kind of black stars and putting them in this movie, which I think is going to be really, really great. Because these are some people that like really are well known. I think a lot within like the black community, but of course like Larenz Tate has been in some big movies too. My favorite would be the Frankie Lyman story, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I think I made you watch that with me.
I don't remember it, but if I watch it again, maybe I'd be like, oh, that movie, gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, like you're saying, actors that are popular in the black community, because a lot of the actors I don't know too well. I know movies, but
yeah,
that's a community of actors that I don't know too well, but what's also cool is they're not like big time superstars, Hollywood A-list actors, so you're going to get a lot of raw talent in this movie, and you're not going to be distracted by stars and like, oh, why is this person playing this character? This is distracting to the movie. No, this is going to be a lot of original stuff going on.
Yeah, and also I think you know, the people that do recognize these actors, they're people that have been very beloved for a long time, for decades and decades, you know, like Larenz Tate, definitely someone that, you know, grew up like knowing about Larenz Tate. And that actually it's a funny story, and I'm gonna go off on a tangent a little bit, but
it's your show.
we just went to a concert, like, was it like 3 weeks ago now?
I think about 3 weeks, yep. Genuine
and Ashanti, and that was fun. But I bring up Ashanti because Larenz Tate starred alongside her in her music video for Rain on Me. It was like a longer remix, and that song and that music video was so believable. It was like about domestic violence and stuff like that, and it was just so emotional. Check out Rain on Me by Ashanti if you want to see Larenz Tate acting. But if you want to see like him in a movie, definitely check out Why Do Fools Fall in Love. And it'll give you a little bit of a taste of him as an actor. But yeah, I'm actually not familiar with any of these other names. Are you?
Not really. But
okay.
Again, that doesn't bother me at all because you know they're really good actors because, like you said, they've been in a lot of movies. They have a lot of skills, I'm sure, acting skills that can really help drive this movie and maybe push Jaafar to kind of, you know, tighten up his acting chops and get sharper himself.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too, that we were talking about, right, is like all these actors, you know, several years in the game, a lot of experience, and it helps, I think, from what I've heard, a lot of new actors or actors that are in huge roles really feel supported when they have castmates that have, like, you know, been in the game for a long time and can help, I wouldn't say coach them, but, like, just can help support what they're doing on the big screen.
Yep.
So I think Jaafar is going to be awesome in the role, and I think all this supporting cast news is really exciting.
Come on, Jaafar. It's not just about the dancing. We need the acting.
I know.
You can do it, man.
Yeah, he can do it. And again, like, he's had to have had so many, like, different opportunities to practice. Sorry, that's my computer.
Mute the computer. Let's get professional here.
Oh, sorry. I need to turn it on, like, Do Not Disturb or something.
Push the mute button.
How do I do Not Disturb? Is that better? Okay.
Whatever your heart desires.
Anyway, so now we got to get into this next segment where we're going to talk about a part of the set that leaked. I know I said I wasn't going to get into too many leaks. What I have decided, and I'm deciding this right now at this moment, is that I'm not going to show Jaafar, photos of Jaafar in costume anymore here. But I will show set pictures if they've leaked. I think, honestly, there are not going to be too many more set photos that have leaked. The reason why we've had these so many is because a lot of these scenes have been filmed outside. But you've got to realize, like, so many of the scenes of the movie will be indoors, and we don't even know if these scenes are going to end up in the final cut or not. But I did want to show a video, and I'm going to pull it up on my phone here, and I'll pull it up for you guys on the screen as well.
Got this a blast from the past here in the form of a vintage store that's back in town, if only for a short time. Yeah, this isn't the 1980s. This is a vintage Toys R Us sign mysteriously popping up at the old Kmart store on San Fernando Boulevard in Burbank. Locals were all abuzz about the sign on social media, wondering if the iconic company, which closed the last of its stores in 2021, was making a comeback. A worker at the location told us it's simply a bit of movie magic, part of a film set to be named soon.
So you guys saw that. Really exciting. It's very nostalgic for us. We're 80s babies, and that just takes me back to, like, childhood. That's what Toys R Us looked like for us, you guys. Before there was an Amazon.com Prime shipping, we went with our parents to Toys R Us and got, like, all the goodies, had our wish lists, and, you know, I think it's going to be very cool to see Michael Jackson. Obviously, you know, he did a lot of charitable events, taking kids to buy toys and whatnot. And so I'm assuming that that's going to be what they're going to show here. Right.
I mean, we don't know exactly what they're doing there, but it was cool to see that set. Another spoiler, but hey, whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna film in there. Like, is it, like you said, is he just going there to buy some kids' toys that he's gonna go visit at a hospital, you know, or is he just trying to fulfill what he lost as a child? So he wants to get some toys to hang out with his family and squirt the water guns at Janet, mess up her hair. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember from Private Home Movies, right? When they showed that. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking this whole time that it would be him taking kids to get toys, but why not him getting toys, right? Because that was Michael.
Yep. Nobody could beat me in the water balloon fight. I was too fast. I could have hit him for sure. For sure. Okay,
but let's be real. If we were in a water balloon fight with Michael Jackson, do you think we would have went all out? Because I would have been scared to hit him, I think. I would have been aiming at the ground.
I don't know. He seems like he's a really fun guy. He would have made it fun for us and said, if you don't throw the water balloon at me, I'm going to throw it at you, kind of thing. So, yeah, I would have gone all out for sure.
Okay.
Twisted an ankle if I had to.
Yeah, that would have been fun times. Yeah, I'm excited to see what this set is gonna end up being like. I do know from there's someone on Twitter that's like announcing like the movie will be filming here and here and here in the next couple days, and they did mention that Havenhurst is done filming. They're done filming at Havenhurst, and then they will be moving on to Santa Ynez Valley, which is where Neverland is at.
Yes, it is.
Neverland has been recently restored. If you guys did not know, I believe Ron Burkle, who was a friend of Michael's, I don't know if it was a business type of friend or a real friend, but he did purchase Neverland, and it has been restored in a lot of ways. A lot of the rides are there. I don't know if they're real or replicas, but from what I've seen on Twitter, it looks good.
Can we get an invite? Can we stop by for half a day?
I know. Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so cool? Okay, if anybody in the state, anybody at Lionsgate, anybody in the Jackson family, Prince?
What up, Prince?
Hey, Prince.
What's up, Prince?
Yeah, we would love to be like on set, on scene, talking from like a fan perspective, just taking all this in. And I'm excited. I'm going to speak this into existence right now, you guys. 2025 April. The end of April. I think it's April 20, I'm not even going to say that. I think it's 18th. I'm not sure the exact date, but I think it's April 18th, 2025 is when this movie comes out. I would love to be on someone's red carpet.
Oh, snap.
On someone's red carpet or on someone's show talking about Michael Jackson, because I think the fan perspective is going to be really, really important. It's going to be really, really big, and we need to encourage the public to go out and see this movie because, number one, we've got to hit those records. You know how big it was to Michael to have record-breaking events and moments in his career, and now that his legacy is living on through all these projects, we would love to see the same for the movie, right?
Yeah, and I know you would make a really good video out of it, and I don't know, I mean, that'd be quite the experience for you. And if you want a +1, I can find somebody to watch our daughter and,
Yes.
Show up to the premiere.
I know, that'd be so cool. So if anybody's listening, we would love to go. We want to celebrate Michael in that way, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, we won't get our hopes up too much. It's like a lottery, right? The chances aren't the best, but
Yeah.
you've done a lot of work. You deserve some red carpet time.
Yeah. I'll come in there. I'll have like a nice sequin outfit. I won't come in there with my CTE shirt, although this is a Michael Jackson reference too, if you guys didn't know.
She'll come as a vlogger, not as the super fan.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's move on to the next topic, which is, now let's get into our wish list. I think it's going to be super fun to be going kind of into our own personal wish list when it comes to the biopic.
Okay.
We all know that the biopic is going to be covering the majority of Michael Jackson's life. I know that they're definitely going to be going into the 90s, starting from, the 60s all the way into the 90s. And so I think it'd be cool to talk about like some of the things that we're looking for. And in this episode, I think it'd be cool to talk about performances.
I agree. They got to have plenty of performances. I mean, this is what really made his career, was his iconic performances, his dances, and his music that was performed live. So they got to have at least 5 performances with some short versions of them, whatever they're going to do. But yeah, I'm excited. So I'm ready to go into the top list.
All right. So let's talk about our top 3 performances that we would like to see. And I wrote them down. In the biopic. So first, do you want to go for it?
It's a no-brainer, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Motown 25.
Woo! Come on now. First ever moonwalk.
Yeah.
First ever, this is me, I'm a solo artist, and Thriller was the so.
Yeah, this moment catapulted Michael Jackson into superstardom. This took his career to a whole nother level, and it really, really, I think, was the start of Michael Jackson mania and all that in the 80s. Like, everybody knew Michael. He was doing good. He was doing his thing. Off the Wall was a hit. But Thriller was like a movement, you guys. And Motown 25 was the start of that. Motown 25 was also kind of what started the Jacksons to get back together for that last time in the Victory Tour, right? Because of that way that they came together on the stage. And I think this is something that we need to see. We need to see him preparing for the moment. We need to see his reaction after it. Because if you guys did not know, Michael was not really happy with the way that the performance went until he received a call from Fred Astaire, who praised him.
Yep. Which is kind of weird, right? Because you would think someone would know that they just did an iconic performance. But I remember him saying that he was really disappointed he didn't hold the tippy toes. And so maybe that kind of crushed his feeling about the performance. But
the toe stand.
Yeah, when you get, yes, the toe stand. But when you get a call from Fred Astaire, your idol, saying that he's never seen anybody move like that, and that was great, fantastic. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that must have been such an awesome and iconic moment for him, and they've got to have it in the movie.
Yes, definitely.
And we need to see Jaafar. Jaafar, now can you moonwalk? We know you could probably moonwalk, but now can you? I know he can probably toe stand, but can you like emulate Michael in that moment? Can you halfway stick the toe stand?
I feel like he can. He's doing a lot of practice. Plus, he's skinny, so come on. The toes aren't going to hold that much weight.
I think he's going to do good. And we were just talking about this, too, in terms of Jaafar. Like, he really is going to have not only, are we blessed now with all this technology and YouTube. He can look at all of these performances. But the family has got to have some tapes, too, right?
Oh,
you don't think his dad, Jermaine, doesn't have any home footage or whatever of this stuff?
Michael practicing his moves before the world got to see them. I'm sure.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that he's gonna do great for that. The next one on our list is why I'm wearing this shirt. Man in the Mirror. Now, this is the song where people say Michael Jackson takes everybody to church. He really, this is one of those songs that just brings everybody together. I think it's very symbolic and representative of him as an artist. It's such a moment in any part of any show. It's the ending of the Dangerous tour, right? And then that really great Grammy Awards performance. A Grammy Award, is that what you call it? Yeah, the Grammy.
It was the Grammys, 1988.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that performance was just show-stopping. The beginning of Moonwalker.
Yep. I remember the 1988 performance when I first got my hands on that. We're talking before YouTube and all that stuff. It was a really bad quality, but I think even the audio was off sync from the video a little bit, but I'd watch it over and over and over and over again. Now they got a great quality online. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. 1988 Grammy performance. He does The Way You Make Me Feel first, jumps into The Man in the Mirror. Great.
Yeah, the ad-libs at the end are so good. Even I'm getting chills thinking about it right now.
Yeah. Whoever the guy was supposed to turn on the microphone missed it, but it's all right. They turned it on eventually. It's all good. We know Michael had to get his breath back before he could ad-lib.
Yeah, that's so good. And I think I had seen Saida Garrett. Shout out to Saida Garrett. She had posted on Twitter that she was on the set watching Jaafar perform, and she posted a little snippet of the background and her Jaafar on the screen or whatever.
Nice.
But it got taken down. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of I don't know,
confidentiality.
Yeah, stuff they have to do to really protect the integrity of this film before they can, put it together, edit it, and release it. So every movie is always like that, and they don't want any leaks. No leaks.
Yeah, which is why, again, I'm surprised that so many of these outdoor scenes have leaked. But the good thing is it's not tons of video. It's always like these still pictures, which leads me to believe that a comment that was left on my channel a couple of weeks back might be true, that perhaps they're intentional leaks, some of them. Because why is there no video of the whole thing?
That makes sense. Yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
A little, what do they call it? Like some little free advertisement.
Right.
In a way.
To help generate hype and build buzz around it.
I mean, you know, that makes sense because this is like the most iconic performer we've ever had. Celebrity, everything. So, I mean, might as well get it going now while you can, while they're, you know, just barely filming.
Right. Cool. Okay, so now I think we should get into our last and third wish.
Okay.
And again, if you guys are watching this, please leave your comments down below. I think we might do a premiere of this video. By the way, this video is probably going to premiere on YouTube and we'll be in a live chat. But also, we're also streaming on Spotify. If you look up the podcast Club 30s with MJ Fangirl, you will find us there. All the episodes that we're recording like this. I will be also recording some special episodes, hopefully soon, so get ready for that. Make sure you guys follow on Spotify. But anyhow, drop your performance, like the performance you most want to see, down in the comments below on YouTube, or hit me up in a DM. Spotify, I could add a poll, so maybe I'll add a couple different performances and see what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, if you think we're wrong, if you think our top 3 are wrong, one of them or 2 of them or all 3 of them, let us know. Which one should it be? Which ones should it be? Yeah,
hit us up and let us know. But our third on this list is going to be the drum roll. Oh, you're way better at that than I am. The Super Bowl. Yeah. The Super Bowl, because now I will be the first to say that I'm not like, oh my gosh, like I watched the Super Bowl performance a lot, because I don't. I think, though, that it was such a, like, it changed and shaped the Super Bowl as we know it and the halftime show as we know it. That, to me, is remarkable in and of itself, and to me, that's why this deserves some screen time in the movie.
Definitely. Yeah, this is probably his most, I don't know. I don't really know the facts, but is this one of his most viewed, televised, live performances?
I think compared to his other stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming so. I know that this was one of the first times that, like, more people watched the halftime show than the actual game. Previously, it was the opposite. I think before, people used to go and watch another show. I forgot what it was, but I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about how prior to this, like, it just wasn't a big deal. And when Michael came and did this amazing performance and had all these special effects and the audience interaction, it kind of changed the trajectory of what the halftime show concept really was. And it became now this huge stage that artists vie at a chance to get. You know, you watched Usher a couple months back now, and he was like, they said I would never make it. Mama, we made it. You know, they said I would never be here. Because that is the top of success for a lot of artists. And you see a lot of people go through a lot of records and #1 hits before they even get to that point, you know? And some people are just not even ready. Like, I think even Taylor Swift, who would have enough music, I'm sure, but even she's like, you know, not yet, you know? Same thing with a lot of the other artists that we've seen. You've got to have a lot of great music to be at the halftime show. And I think it's because of Michael. Michael is the reason why artists now are, like, taking it up a notch and trying to level up and do these, like, really awesome and memorable halftime shows. So this deserves to be a part of the biopic because it shows Michael's impact on our entertainment world.
Yes, completely agree with that. Not only did he kind of shape the halftime show performance and what it should be and the kind of crowd it should get viewership for. But, you know, he also did a lot of work to shape the music industry and choreography, excuse me. And, you know, all the artists today, they're dancing like Michael. They're doing moves like him. Or if they're not doing moves like him, they're using his ideas of dancing in videos to the music. And it's a very iconic performance, like you said. And it should be in the movie. It should be in the movie. It should be in the movie.
Yes. So let us know down below in the comments again what you guys think, what your performance is that you want to see. And now let's get into these questions. All right, so let's get into some of the questions that you guys asked. All right, so number 1, thoughts on eras being mixed, like off the wall Michael wearing a bad era jersey jacket.
I did not really notice that.
Yeah, there was a leaked photo of Jaafar, you know, seemingly in like the off the wall or Thriller era, wearing like a jacket that he had been photographed in real life during the bad era. So people are wondering about that. Like, you know, it's kind of like one of those things on Halloween. You see people dressed up with like a Thriller jacket on and sparkly gloves and a fedora. It's like one of those things.
Okay, so is it a mistake in the movie? Probably not. You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a bunch of jackets there and that's just what he was wearing. He wasn't even recording a scene at that point.
Oh.
He was just wearing the jacket.
Could be.
And then, I mean, that's all I can think of. I don't think they would mess that up. I mean, if anybody knows, it's the family and it's the estate. They should know.
Yeah. And, you know, another thing is I think that they will be taking some creative liberties like we had talked about, you had mentioned before too. Like, they're going to take some of the iconic jackets and stuff that he wore, like, off stage, of course, and they may just mix it in because it's familiar to the public. That's what I think.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, if they want to get these things in the movie, but they don't want to make a whole bunch of different scenes to where that's when he would actually wear it that year or whatever. Maybe they would kind of mix it up so they can get it all in one scene, a few different things. But don't mix it up too much, guys. We want to keep it reality.
I know, authentic, right?
Yeah.
I will say that I think that for like music videos and performances and stuff, they're going to be on point. I know that they have a lot of the folks that like originally helped Michael to get dressed and stuff will be a part of the movie. I'm sure Michael Bush is a part of the movie. If you guys did not know, Michael Bush is his longtime, how can I say, costume designer?
Definitely, yeah.
So I believe since Captain EO. Yeah, he's got a cool, like, mustache.
Yeah.
Hi, Michael Bush. Yeah, he's awesome. I really love his book. His book is so cool, talking about the King of Style and all the costumes that he made for Michael. It's very, very detailed and intricate. Great photos, great details about, like, the constructions of the outfit and Michael's requests and how he made them into realities. But yeah, like I said, they're going to have a lot of people that are familiar with Michael Jackson's outfits and clothing and stuff. But I do think they probably are going to mix it up for reasons that we just talked about.
Yeah. And whatever, you know. It's not, if it doesn't mess up the film, if it doesn't make it seem, you know, unauthentic or inauthentic, what's the word?
Inauthentic.
Inauthentic, yes. Then, cool. Make it happen.
Yeah, we don't mind. Okay. Next up. Who will play Janet? Any ideas?
Oh, yeah, no, it's got to be somebody probably in their 30s or 20s, right? Because I don't know how far down the line they're going to be going with Michael. Mm-hmm. So who's somebody youngish that could play Janet?
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
From The Little Mermaid. Everybody says that. She kind of resembles her in a way.
She could pull it off.
And I think a lot of people just want that because she looks really a lot like her. I don't know if she would be cast for that. I don't even know if Janet's going to be a big enough role in this movie for that. I did want to say, though, that brings to mind something that we didn't mention earlier at the top of the show about LaToya. LaToya is going to be an important person in the movie because when Michael Jackson filmed The Wiz in the 70s, LaToya moved with him and lived with him in a New York City apartment. So they lived together in the 70s, and they used to go to Studio 54 together and all that. So that must be a part of the movie, right? Because The Wiz was like his first really big time doing acting, as far as I know. And that's where he met Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And that changed, obviously, his life in so many different ways. Changed Quincy's life too, but, I'm saying that meeting was like a serendipitous kind of meeting. And even though The Wiz did not really do that well in the box office, it's a very beloved film now, though, but it didn't do well at first. However, look at what came out of it.
Right. I was just thinking in my head, like, if he didn't meet Quincy, if he didn't collaborate with him on these albums, I don't think there would have been a Rock With You or a Thriller, which is written by Rod Temperton, who was found, or maybe already friends with Quincy Jones.
Right.
So maybe he would have never ran into them and wouldn't have as many successful hits in the beginning, at least. I don't know. I'm so mind-boggled by that. I mean, a parallel universe. There's some version of Michael that's thinking, I didn't do enough. I could have done better.
Wow. Yeah. And it also, I just think about this too, like, She's Out of My Life. I think Tom Baylor was a friend of Quincy Jones, and Quincy kept saying, I'll hold it for somebody. And then when Michael arrived to do the Off the Wall album, he gave it to him. Yeah. So I'm sure there were so many different moments like that in Michael's career.
What a good link up right there, huh?
Yeah.
I guess, was it Berry Gordy that kind of got him into The Wiz? Was that a Berry Gordy thing or not really?
I really don't know. I know that Diana Ross was chosen to play Dorothy first. Who knows? Maybe that was like a Diana Ross thing.
It was a whole Motown. Everybody knew each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ran into them, started The Wiz, ran into Quincy, ran into Rod Temperton. I mean, the dominoes fell pretty good on this one.
Yeah. And I just think it's just cool to look at all these things from the context of the history and the background information. And I think it's going to be really key that the biopic present all of this stuff in a way that makes sense to the viewer, so people can understand all the events that led up to these amazing moments in Michael's career. Because I think, especially it's been 15 years almost since he's passed away, and a lot of times the story gets lost. The real stories get lost. And I think that having all this like new storytelling around his life and like his story being told from the perspective of people that really loved and cared about him is going to be really great for the legacy.
Yeah, I agree. So I already forgot what the question was. What was the question?
Oh,
who's going to play Janet or something?
Who's going to play Janet?
Wow. That was a great question, guys. Got us going.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. We're going to do just one more here.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, well, we could do two.
Okay.
This is a quick one. Could Myles Frost have been a good option instead of Jaafar? Can I answer it?
Yeah, go for it.
No. The reason why is because Myles Frost has said, I love Myles Frost. Myles Frost has said that he's not trying to be or impersonate Michael Jackson when he's doing this role in MJ the Musical. Like, he's bringing some of Myles to the role, and he's not necessarily impersonating Michael. So there's no way that he could be in the biopic as a main character playing Michael Jackson, emulating him and impersonating him to the fullest. I think Myles Frost, he's amazing in what he does in the musical, but there he can bring his own style, his own thing to it, because he's also his own artist. And I think that's why it works really well on the Broadway stage, because he's not impersonating Michael. But whereas...
But he is, right? He's dancing just like him. He's singing his songs. Who does he think he is? I'm just kidding, Myles. You're cool.
No, but he said that, though.
Yeah, he said it. Okay.
He said it in an interview or something like that, or he said it... I forgot where it was.
So, again, what was the question? Would he have been a better choice? Is that what the question was?
Yeah, better than Jaafar. A good option.
We don't know.
I know.
We don't know. I mean, I know what you're saying, but even if he never said that, even if he said, I'm trying to emulate him, I am trying to impersonate him, I still don't know. I don't know. I mean, we don't know what Jaafar can do yet, you know? We don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
We've seen Myles, but we haven't seen Jaafar perform and impersonate Michael Jackson. So it's hard for me to say. I mean, I think I like the family dynamic better as, you know, somebody who's going to be playing Michael Jackson, which is his nephew, Jaafar. I think that is the better choice. But could a Myles done better? I don't know. I don't think so. I guess not, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Myles is doing his thing. He is killing it. I mean, he went from basically doing talent shows and stuff to being on the world's, you know, the what do you call it? The stage at Broadway in New York City. There's like something that you call it special, not like the silver screen or whatever, but it's this, you know, he's on Broadway, and not only did he help make this like one of the best musicals of the last couple of years in New York City. Now he's taken it to London, taking that success there. He's become the youngest Tony Award winner ever, I think, for a main character, best actor or something like that, best performer male. That's huge. And so I think Myles Frost is doing his own thing with the MJ the Musical. So no, I don't think it would have been a good option. I love Jaafar in this role. I think it's perfect. It's going to be great. So, all right, last one. Oh, this is easy too. Do you think Jaafar is going to sing on his own lip sync or have his voice blended with Michael's?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I could see he is a singer, right? I mean, I could see him doing it, but I could also see them maybe mixing it up, like when there's music playing of Michael Jackson, but not a performance, just background music. Maybe that'll just be Michael Jackson, and then I'm pretty sure he could sound pretty similar. Like if he's on the stage rehearsing or performing, they could use his voice.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think it's going to be blended. But I do think for like songs and performances, they're going to use all the original stuff, because why have like this be an official estate project without that? But if you've heard Jaafar sing, he sounds so much like Michael, like he does. And that's another cool part, you know? I'm sure he's going to develop he's going to have his voice sounding like Michael, and a lot of the like recording. Like, do you remember that moment in The American Dream where Wiley Draper was recording Human Nature?
Yes.
In the booth? I mean, yeah, he was like really going at it. He was going at it. He was so into it.
It's Human Nature.
Yeah, but it was the real song.
Yeah.
So in the movie, he could probably do like, you know, a fake. He could probably do like a take or two of it.
Yeah.
Without having it have to be Michael's voice.
And like you said, he sounds a lot like Michael, and that's probably without even trying. That's just natural. So now that he, you know, is doing this movie, he might be able to really practice and sound a lot like him, even more than he does already.
Yeah.
So maybe they will utilize that and let him do some tracks, record some Michael Jackson tracks.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, I think we're going to get out of here. I think that's our time. I've had a really great time chatting it up with you. Yeah,
that was excellent. We got a lot of thoughts in here. We got a lot of good scoops, if that's the right term.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of information now that a few things I didn't even know. So, you know, sometimes I come in here and I think I'm ready to go, and she's telling me things like, oh, wait, gotcha. I did not know that. That's so cool. She does her homework. Yeah, I'm trying to bring you guys some information that you might not have heard. Also, you know, and it's funny because we are married and we talk about Michael Jackson pretty much every day. Like at some point, we're bringing something up. Yeah. Maybe not every single day, but we can talk about these things together a lot. And it's funny because we definitely like teach each other a lot of things as well, right? Like while we're going through just our day, you know, something can come to mind and he'll be like, oh, yeah, that reminds me of when Michael did this. Oh, you never saw that video? And so I really do appreciate when you come on here
And we surprised each other on camera
Yeah.
in the same way.
It's a good time. It's a good time. You have a really cool channel, and I'm honored. I'm honored to be a part of your channel. I really am.
Yeah, and
It's always fun with you.
Yeah, and it's funny. This is just gonna be the last thing. Our daughter can say Michael Jackson now.
Oh, yeah. That's a little rough. Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
But, she gives it a really good try.
yeah. But today, you guys, she took off of my MJ shelf. Well, our MJ shelf. Sorry, the collection. I keep claiming it, but our Michael Jackson shelf. She took stickers off of the shelf, like original stickers from the 80s, and peeled them all out of the plastic, and they're all over her shirt now. So.
And I'm assuming Grandpa put a couple on her back.
No.
She has 2 on her back. I think Grandpa did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like something Grandpa would do.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to go collect our stickers, and hopefully they have some stickiness left to them. And, yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in. Definitely make sure that you give this video a like. If you enjoyed it, it helps to push this video and all the MJ Fangirls video out to the YouTube algorithm, so the rest of the MJ fans and new MJ fans can discover us on over here. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram. I am also newly on Spotify, MJ Club 30s. Excuse me, Club 30s with MJ Fangirl. We're going to be posting, like I said, most of the Talking Head videos like this one over there on Spotify, as well as we're also going to be posting some new and specifically for Spotify, exclusive on Spotify episodes as well, and that's going to be coming in the next couple of months. So until next time, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining. Follow MJJ Anonymous on all his socials. I'll put them right here.
Yeah.
And we're going to go and talk to y'all later.
Take care.
Bye-bye.